I haven't listened to this yet.
You haven't watched it?
I haven't watched it yet.
Okay. I can't wait.
What I did, I sent Mark McGrath some of your songs, and I said, please just let us know how you think. Okay. So I haven't listened to it at all yet, but we'll see what he says.
Hey, what is up, Sean? It's Mark McGrath from the band Sugar Ray. Yes, I know. Off the charts, but always in your hearts. And Sean, a friend of yours, someone you know, obviously an acquaintance, Chase Lowe, let me know that you're a musician and you're trying to be an artist and have a career. Mm-hmm. And Chase was kind enough to show me some of your work, let me listen to it, and I was pleasantly surprised about how bad your music sucked.
As a lead guitarist of national pop/rock band the WELREDS, Sean Crawford has performed showcases at the Roxy, Canal Room, and SXSW. Shared the stage with artists like Daughtry. We gotta talk about that.
Okay.
Daughtry, Echosmith, Chelle Rae and Need to Breathe has been lauded by execs from Warner and Sony and garnered placements with MTV, Macy's, and more. He also had a soul patch in 2012. His self-produced solo project, Night Color, showcases his songwriting and production skills, which have been put to work for a large roster of other artists from emerging to major labels. He also makes a buttload of cash from his wedding band, Color the Night, that I also play in. I would know that because he pays me pretty well. And he probably makes a lot more, but that's okay because it's all of his equipment and he books the venue and stuff. So he's currently missing, and if you have any information to his whereabouts, please contact your local police department. No, on a real note, Sean is missing, and his family is really worried. I haven't seen him. It's really tough, honestly. I don't know where he is. I don't know what he's thinking. I don't know if he's sad right now, you know? I don't know if he's lost.
Who cares? Mark's here.
To take his place today, we have Mark McGrath. Mark, thank you for subbing in for Sean.
Of course. Okay, seriously though, Soul Patch was pre-2012, right?
All right, so
is there a picture of me in 2012?
Yeah.
Are you sure the date wasn't wrong, or
I looked up the Facebook picture, and I was gonna show this to you later, but since we're talking about it, here's the Soul Patch. Okay.
I have no concept
and
of
look,
time.
Look, there is a date literally on the picture. It says October 20th, 2012.
It's fake news.
And you have a Soul Patch. You want me to zoom in?
I think.
Please explain.
I think
yourself.
I had a burrito, and there's like some of the sauce from the black beans.
That's not a burrito.
Okay.
Yeah, that is a Soul Patch if I've ever seen one. Can you explain that though?
So I sported that for a lot. It was cool, and you wouldn't know anything about that.
That's true. Okay, fair enough.
I thought I stopped that a long time before then.
You did?
I thought I did. I did one of those. I mean, I feel like out of high school.
Yeah.
I graduated in 2005, and I was like, all right, it's time to be a man. And I went.
You graduated in 2005?
Yeah.
When was the Soul Patch big, though? Wait, was it in 2005, or were you just late?
I don't.
Let me Google.
Did Fred Durst have a soul patch? I feel like he did at one point.
Honestly,
Scott Stapp.
Yeah. Who's Fred Durst? Let me look up Fred Durst.
Who is Fred Durst? That's a good question.
Oh, wait. American rapper.
You can picture a little spot on his bottom lip.
Oh,
right?
Fred Durst, what, the Limp Bizkit dude?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And
so, I mean, he had like a goatee, but he had the little piece too, right?
yeah, he did. Yeah.
I just couldn't grow all the rest of it.
Yeah. Dude, the thing about being Mark McGrath like you are, and like I am right now.
Which my chin feels naked right now.
I know. I'm sad that you don't have it. Are you jealous?
I'm a little bit jealous.
Yeah. But I had to walk around today with this. And I started to think about it, and I was like...
You could get used to it.
No, that wasn't... that really wasn't the first thought, no. My first thought was, okay, I kind of look like Mark McGrath a little bit, but I also look like... who? Guy Fieri, of course. Right?
Right.
The dude from Limp Bizkit, that's who I thought. I didn't know his name. Fred Durst.
Vanilla Ice.
Vanilla? Yeah. I went to a store today as this. I already told you this, but she was like, I showed her my driver's license. And she was like,
you chose to do this instead.
Yeah. She was like, you look like Vanilla Ice. And I was like, yeah, and I'm looking crazy today, right? And she was like, no, you're not looking crazy. And I was like, thanks.
Okay.
You're lying, but thanks.
I thought it looked cool. And
Dude,
I thought everything I was doing around that time was cool.
Yeah.
I had a band. Okay. So I had a band right out of high school. And like I was putting everything into it. And we were a rock band. And nu metal was kind of emerging around that time. And it was fun to joke about it was fun for that to be the butt of the joke.
Yeah.
And people made fun of it. And like, I hated nu metal and like,
really?
I always made fun of it. And then a couple years later, like after I finished doing that band, I kind of went back and listened to the music and I was like, oh my God. I was in a nu metal band and I didn't even realize it.
Really?
I thought, yeah, no, it was totally new. I mean, nu metal in the sense that like, there's the straight nu metal where the term was originally coined that like mixed rap and rock.
Yes.
So that was kind of where it started. But then it kind of just...
like Limp Bizkit is a good example of that, right?
Yeah, that was traditional nu metal, but then the term just started to encompass anything that was like real angsty type of rock that
like
also had some like
Korn,
yeah,
right?
Well, yeah, definitely Korn. But I mean, getting into like Nickelback and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
There was a lot of imagery of like breaking like the chains and like.
What did you think about that though? Like when you had that realization, were you like?
I felt a lot of embarrassment at that point, and still do.
Yeah.
But you know, you grow, and I'll probably in a few years look back on what I'm doing right now and be like,
I was in a nu metal band.
Yeah.
I've always been in a nu metal.
I did it again.
I did it again. I can't escape nu metal.
But that is the essence of nu metal.
Yeah, it sneaks up on you.
Yeah.
You don't even know.
You can't break the chains. That's the point.
Yeah.
Yep.
So speaking of bands that we can roast on, but we listen to and we're like, oh, this is good. Sugar Ray, that's one of those bands, honestly, because I text you and I was like, let's do a collab. That'd be awesome. And me and you, I knew that I wanted to do something a little goofy, right? So I was like, Sugar Ray, Creed, or Nickelback. And you were like, Sugar Ray. And I was like, oh, yeah.
All day.
But then to get myself in the mood of Sugar Ray, get myself in that flow, I was listening to all their hits and stuff.
And you were like...
And I was like freaking jamming.
Yes.
Yeah. I was like, this is good.
That's the thing, right?
This is good. But thinking back now and look back now, we can look at it as a meme, which it is. Like it's cringy now that they're still trying to tour and be who they are and surpass their time. But it's still good. I think that's the thing, though, because I thought that when, like, I showed you a live video of them performing. Yeah. And when I first watched it, I was like, no, this is awful. And also it was a board mix, which is always unflattering. Mm-hmm. But as much as I wanted to like hate it because I was coming at it from the perspective of, you know, their burnout. They can't just... I kept coming back to it, and I kept watching this performance over and over again. I don't know why I kept like pulling it back up and watching it again, but I was catching on to. I wouldn't watch the whole thing, but like the first like it was like an hour. It was an hour, but I was like watching the first 20 minutes like multiple times. I also started catching on that like their attitude about what they're doing right now is not what you think. They're not trying to be successful. They're literally, the guy's a dad and just like, we're still a band that people liked at some point and we'll still do some shows. And like, he has this whole tongue-in-cheek approach to it himself. It's almost kind of, you notice he keeps saying all these like self-deprecating things in the little spaces between songs and stuff. So, you know, he's in on the joke. So for a while I was like, no, this is awful and these guys suck, and not suck, but like but we're burnout or whatever. But the more I watched it, the more I was like, I think they're just having fun, and like they're not. They literally released like a yacht rock album just because they were like, screw it, we want to do that. So that made you kind of have a soft spot for them,
a little bit,
yeah. All right. So, anyways, we're doing a Sugar Ray song.
Yes.
I recorded my end today. I'm guessing the fact that you told me that you're going to pretty much create the song itself. So I'll probably have to retrack. But
no, I think I can work with what you got.
We'll see. Yeah. My click is off by the end. I don't know what I'm doing.
Wait, so did you put like a click to the actual song or something?
But I chopped it up. Yeah. And then by the time the end happens, I'm like, did I chop it up weird at the end? Are they playing to a click? Like at the...
I would imagine being that, like, I think the drum part is like a loop on most of these. That it's like a pretty consistent, even if it's not consistent measure to measure, that, or like within itself, it has a start and stop point that repeats consistently.
Sure. Do you know what you're going to use for this thing? I know you said you're going to build out the track itself.
Yeah, I don't remember what all the nuanced stuff is in it, but obviously there's like the little hooky acoustic guitar part, and then the really like groove and bass thing.
What does the bass do in that? Honestly, I didn't really pay attention to the bass in it.
I imagine it's doing
whatever the kick did. Yeah, that feels right. Yeah. And then there's a little electric in there on that, especially on that bridge.
Yeah. There's a little jangly part.
I'm excited about it though.
Yeah,
I'm excited
it's gonna be
to
really
see what
good.
you come up with. Because my whole thing is I've been trying to make it as easy as possible. So if you just want to do the acoustic, we'll just do that.
Nah.
But yeah, that ain't
Can't.
You don't want to play the acoustic over the acoustic?
Wait, but if we do what you're talking about, aren't the vocals all in there? Like, am I singing it too? I thought I
Dude,
was
you
singing.
can do whatever
Okay.
you want. You can literally, you can play drums if you want.
Okay.
I'll just
The
stand there
ultimate.
looking
Okay.
like Mark McGrath beside you. I can do that.
Okay.
Can
We'll
you
talk
play
about
drums? Ish.
Ish. I've had a few like
Drum gigs?
paid gigs.
Really? Wow.
I probably shouldn't have. Yeah, I can hold it down enough.
How much did you make on that drum gig? And I will never ask you how much you make on a gig, but I'm gonna ask you how much you made on that drum gig.
So there's been a few of them, and probably the most
If you made anything over $150, I'm gonna flip this table.
Okay. All right. Well, what's the next question?
How much did you make off of a drum gig?
I think okay, but listen. So, so one of them was it was a gig with my band that the drummer couldn't be at. So we were making what we were making, but we just needed a drummer.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I think probably $200. It was like a restaurant bar thing.
What night was it?
Why is your face getting red?
What night was it?
It was.
What bar was it?
Yeah, no. So it was a St. Patrick's Day. So not even that great pay for like a holiday bar gig.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can feel a little better about that. And what was hard about that one? So at that point, we were an original band, but like when we would do bar gigs and stuff sometimes and college gigs, we would still do a bunch of covers. And I wasn't the lead singer in that band, but I probably sang half of the covers or more when we would do covers.
Mm-hmm.
And so for that bar gig, I still had to sing lead on all my songs.
Wait, from the drum kit?
Yes.
What did you have a boom or did you have the Britney mic or what?
Yeah, so there was a boom. And like, yeah, it was not a great situation. I made it through and it was fine. But like some of those, like, I didn't really practice beforehand. I probably should have, being that I'm not a drummer either. So when I got in the middle of some of these, I'm like, okay, so this pattern is a little harder to lock down when I'm doing a different thing.
Yeah, with my voice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was definitely a little bit of tempo fluctuation, I would say, in some of the songs. Mm-hmm. Everybody was drinking, so there was tempo fluctuation in there.
In
in their minds.
True. True.
That's my chair squeaking. I'm gonna sit.
Dude, it's been squeaking this whole time, and honestly, whenever you're talking, I'm like, squeak, 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 squeak.
You could have said something.
So let's dive into Mark McGrath a little bit more. That's what we're doing, right?
Yeah,
That's who we are right now.
yeah, we are Mark McGrath.
I feel like we dove into him pretty hard already. Let's see. Did you know that he was in Sharknado? Let's just see if Mark McGrath is in here. I feel like if Mark McGrath is in here, they'll throw him in this preview. Don't you think? Just to
Maybe
get some,
not,
like,
because sometimes cameos aren't like.
yeah, it's got to be a cameo, right? He's not a.
I would imagine it was a cameo, and I don't think we'll see it in this.
All right, let's check it out.
Oh, okay. I stand corrected.
Oh, we saw him.
It was in the last
Literally
8 seconds.
He was the host of Extra Do you know what extra was?
I don't remember specifically what extra was, but I mean, yeah, it was just entertainment news.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
And then if there ever was like a VH1 special where they needed somebody to comment on it, you know who you could reliably find?
Mark McGrath. Yes. He was on an episode of Wife Swap
with Coolio.
But the latest thing that he's done, and I'll show you real quick, is, have you heard of Cameo?
Yes.
So you pay pretty much has-been celebrities to send whoever a birthday surprise, a gift, right? Mm-hmm. And this chick got Mark McGrath to break up with her boyfriend. So, let's just watch this real quick.
What's up, Braden? It is Mark McGrath from the band Sugar Ray, off the charts, but always in your heart.
He does it every time.
This cameo was booked by Cheyenne, and she wants you to know a few things. And this is a little difficult for me to say because it's the first one of these I've done, but she wants you to know that you mean a lot to her. You mean the world to her. But she's having difficulty staying in this long-distance relationship. You know, it's tough. I've been on the road for years, and I've been with my wife a long time, and the biggest arguments, the biggest, obstacles in our relationships is the distance between us. It makes it very difficult when we're on the road, and it's hard. So Cheyenne is trying to let you know, Braden, that it's very, very tough for her to stay in this relationship. She still cares about you a lot. You never know what the future may hold. And she still wants to be friends with you because obviously she cares about you very, very much. And she wants you to know good luck on your thesis coming up. Probably not the best timing, Cheyenne, when he's doing his thesis, but I understand. You got to work on your thesis and life goes on. And, I'm sure there's big things ahead of you in the future, Braden. But Cheyenne cares about you enough to let you know that she's thinking.
So he does a great job by wrapping it up and being like, keep your head up, dude. the future's bright. It's going to be good. And he broke up with that boyfriend for Cheyenne.
So that kind of...
For $90. Yeah. Somebody else.
So did this become...
This has become a thing. So somebody got Mark McGrath to fire somebody.
So he's essentially HR at this point.
Yeah. He'll do anything you want. Okay. So this leads me to your surprise. I haven't listened to this yet.
You haven't watched it?
I haven't watched it yet.
Okay. I can't wait.
What I did, I sent Mark McGrath some of your songs, and I said, please just let us know how you think. Okay. So I haven't listened to it at all yet, but we'll see what he says.
Hey, what is up, Sean? It's Mark McGrath from the band Sugar Ray. Yes, I know. Off the charts, but always in your hearts. And Sean, a friend of yours, someone you know, obviously an acquaintance, Lowe, let me know that you're a musician and you're trying to be an artist and have a career. Mm-hmm. And Chase was kind enough to show me some of your work, let me listen to it, and I was pleasantly surprised about how bad your music sucked. Really, normally I do these things and I'll do like a just out of being, just common courtesy, say, "Wow, man, Sean, your music was great," and it was all, but this is not for you, Sean. Your work is awful. Chase let me know, and he was very kind. He goes, just want your honest opinion, and Sean will want that too, because it's something he wants to do. And you being someone who's co-written a few #1 songs, could maybe give Sean some advice, and let him, and just maybe set him on a path to where he could possibly go in his career, or maybe not go. Well, Sean, I can see that there is no path for success for you. And it hurts me to say this, because look, I'm not the most talented guy, but there was a couple lanes I could get in. But man, that model trains made me want to sit in front of a moving train and be eliminated from Earth, never to have to hear that again. And look, I'm not one to really come very, very harsh at people if they don't deserve the harshness. So Sean, this is not for you, my friend. Coming from a guy who sold millions of records and still traveling the world, this is not for you. I know it's hard coming from me. I know. I could suggest a couple things for you. I would stick with. I got my Sugar Ray guitar right here, which you will never have, Sean.
Which you'll never have.
Martin made a Sugar Ray guitar. Let me suggest a couple chords for you that you're missing. D, C, and G. We'll do a real easy song.
Just said this is very
We
long.
both lie silent still in the dead of the night. Though we both lie close together, feel miles apart inside. Well, every rose has its thorns, so I would stick with those. You know what, Sean? I wouldn't even try because you know what, dude? You are an amazing musician. I'm just here to roast you, have a little fun, and let you know your buddy Chase Lowe thinks you are an amazing musician, amazing artist.
I didn't
and
tell you
I,
that.
Sean, look forward to hearing your music. Okay? Sorry I had to get you have some fun with you the first couple minutes, but that was hard for me to do because it's not my nature. Because seriously, if a guy like me could have a career, anybody can. And you've got some super duper talent, according to Chase. So he believes in you. You are on the right path to music, dude. So if it's in your heart, this is what you want to do. I never heard the Model Train song. I'm sure it's amazing. Keep doing your thing, man. And it was hard for me to do because I would never be one to tell someone you can't do this. Because when I walked in, when we signed our record deal, I couldn't sing. That's still debatable now. We couldn't really write songs. That's not debatable. We ended up writing a couple good songs I'm very proud of. And so there are many paths to success. I just hope it's in your heart. Like no matter what happens, music will always be part of your soul. Meaning, now in Sugar Ray, I don't care if I'm playing in front of 10 people or 50,000 people. I am so grateful to be playing. And I will do this for the rest of my life, God willing. I won't be the one to take me out of the industry. The big man above will. So it's something there is no retirement plan. So Sean,
of course
Jason,
not.
I want to wish you the best, man. To a super talented cat. Keep doing your thing. And I look forward to seeing you on the chart someday or maybe someday on stage. All right, Sean, all the best to you. From Chase Lowe, he made me do it. You can blame him. Take care, man.
I told him to say none of those nice things. He was just trying to cover himself.
I only want to tell him how much he sucks.
It was only 250 characters, and I was like, I gave him...
Sin, bad word.
Yeah.
Friend, Sean.
Exactly.
Suck.
Tell him he sucks. That's pretty much what I said. And then I wrote in that Model Train line. Dude, that...
So listening to that, I was like, there's my answer. I do need to quit.
He really... he really turned
I've been on the fence
though.
for a long time.
He really turned it around. Do you feel encouraged by the end of it?
He doesn't know anything.
Dude, he knows you. He was talking to you.
So, listening, I was like, what else could I have done with $85? I could have eaten at Zaxby's like twice.
Yeah, I spent.
It was a Lord of the Rings box set I saw on Amazon for Black Friday.
Wow.
Yes.
You know, the thing is with him,
What?
he does a good job.
Yeah.
Like all I did was give him.
He works for his money.
I'm pretty sure that's all he's doing right now. That's what I'll say.
Can I tell you something? You won't get mad?
No.
So you told me there was a surprise.
Yeah.
And
Did you knew it was? You knew
I sat down.
You knew
I
that's
was
what it
eating
was.
dinner. I was eating dinner. I go, it's a cameo from Mark McGrath. I told my wife.
You said you thought.
You can ask her. I told her before you got here. I was like, I don't think I'm going to tell him that I know it's a cameo from Mark McGrath. You can ask her.
You knew it was.
But it was even better than, it was better
What
than I
you
could have
ever
imagined.
expected.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm just upset that you knew. And I was talking to Jess about
I was no less excited. When I was like, it's a cameo from Mark McGrath. I said it wrong. I thought it's a cameo from Mark McGrath. No, I was really excited about it.
I wanted it to be a genuine surprise, but
it still was. It still was.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I talked to Jess about it. I was like, should I? Because I already told him that I have a surprise for him. I shouldn't even told you I had a surprise.
Yeah.
That was the thing
You should
today.
have, you could have come up with anything else.
I know.
You could have just said you overslept, and I would have thought, yeah, it's Chase.
Okay, well. But, no, this entire day, this morning, I've been planning to do this for a long time. And I was struggling to be like, what do I want Mark McGrath to say to Sean? What do I want him to say?
It's almost an existential question.
And it is. And I was thinking about it, and I was like, literally for an entire week, I was like, it's going to come to me. It's going to come to me. And then the day of, we're supposed to do this podcast. I woke up this morning, and I was like, Mark McGrath, the cameo. And then it came to me. I was like, tell Sean that he sucks. I want Mark McGrath to tell Sean that he's
because
not
if
good.
anybody wants to hear that they suck, they want to hear it
From Mark McGrath.
From Mark McGrath. Yeah. Yes.
And then I knew it immediately, so I ordered it at 9:30 Eastern Standard Time, but I know he lives in California. So this literally I've been checking my text and my emails every second, being like, did he send it? Did he send it? Did he send it? And I was like, we can't do the podcast until he sends this thing. So did that also play into you finding out, were you because I told you that we might have to push this off because I have a gift for you and it's coming.
No, it didn't have anything to do with that. It just clicked. I was just like, I started to think, I was like, well, he can't have Mark McGrath show up.
Honestly,
wait a minute.
Honestly, we can, because you can pay $215 to have Mark McGrath come in on a live session. And I talked to Garrett about it, and we thought about it, and Garrett told me he would have split it with me, and we would have actually done it. I wish we would have now. I really do. What would we have done for 15 minutes, though, with Mark McGrath? I feel like it would have been a little weird, honestly, right?
Yeah, I think you made the right call.
I think so. This was nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we don't actually have to deal with him, so.
Yeah. Anyways, this cameo, and then also watching other cameos, and then hearing you talk about how he's tongue-in-cheek about everything, and then just kind of roast himself, I'm like, I really like Mark McGrath.
I do too.
I do.
Yeah, totally.
He's a nice guy. So I'll send you that, and you can download it and have that for the rest of your life.
You can
no.
I think we're over it.
You don't want to hear Mark McGrath talk about how bad you are?
I wonder if I could sample it.
What do you mean?
And put it in, somehow just
in a song?
Use it in my music somewhere.
Dude, I would love that. Right?
So you didn't watch it at all before this?
I swear I didn't. Because I got it and because I told Jess, and I was like, we can't do this podcast without the cameo. And I was like, we might have to.
But you had the whole drive over here. I would have watched it 100. I would have kept it on loop the whole way.
I would have too. And So I wanted to listen to it so bad. When I first got it, dude, I was so giddy. I was like, I knew Mark would come through. I knew he would come through. I was like, I saw he had a 6-hour return rate, and I knew he would get it to me in 6 hours. And he did. But I thought about it, and I was like, wait, wouldn't it be better if we both saw it together for the first time?
It made it special.
It did.
To consummate.
But Jess watched. Yeah.
What?
Jess watched it though, and I was like, I need you to at least tell me that Mark did what I told him to do. That Sean sucks. And she was like, oh yeah. Yeah, he did. And she was like, and it's very long. It's really long. And I was like,
it was like longer than he even agreed to.
Yeah. There's not like
normally you'd pay $95 for that.
Yeah. But we got a deal. We got 85. I found these pictures on your social media, and I just need you to tell me what is going on. Okay?
Okay.
These are some old ones. What is this?
Well, okay, so around the time that I thought the soul patch was cool,
yeah,
I was very impressionable.
Yeah.
And let me just tell you, I thought Bono was really cool. And there were some sunglasses, and they were like Armani.
Yeah.
And they were like the red, like, we're going to give 2 cents off these sunglasses to Africa.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, it's for a good cause. Bono wears these sunglasses. I'm doing it.
Does Bono really wear? Did he wear those?
I think I saw at least, like, I did my research usually, so I probably would have found a picture of him wearing them before I actually committed.
I feel like Bono.
They weren't like super expensive. They were like $200.
Still. I mean, for you can get nice Ray-Bans for like $120, $150 that look great.
But
$200 for
Bono didn't wear those Ray-Bans.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, you're right. I mean, these. I really did think that these were your mom's though. At first.
Okay, so I had those, and around the same time, I had these Dolce & Gabbana women's sunglasses and I still have them.
You do?
They're the D&G is like rhinestones.
Why do you have those?
I'm not sure.
Do you wear them still? Honestly,
no.
Okay, no judgment for real.
I don't.
Sean, you know that
I don't, but not because I wouldn't. I haven't thought about it, but I do still have them.
Please wear them.
Okay.
And like I said, no judgment though. If you wear them, I'm not even gonna say anything about them. I'm just gonna look at you and be like, "Hey, Sean."
Like everything, like I'm not wearing them.
Exactly. All right, what is this? Okay, let me ask real quick. Question 1: is this you?
No, that is not.
Question
me.
2: is this a phallic symbol?
I hope not, because that is at a some kind of youth camp I was playing for.
Okay, for people who can't see, I'll describe.
There are breasts in the sand. Okay,
Yep.
Go ahead.
There's a young man buried in sand, right? And somebody drew breast, like you said, over his chest. Okay. Do you know who this is?
Yes.
Okay. Do you know if...
And I'm not saying that it absolutely couldn't be a phallic symbol.
Something about me.
Something about definitely is.
Something about me doing that over it was really funny. Okay, we'll ignore that. It might be. It may or may not be. You weren't involved in that, really.
Yeah, I honestly, I don't think I was.
Honestly, I'm
that.
sorry I brought that up.
I think I was just present, like in proximity of what was happening,
Yeah.
And so about 10 years ago, you tagged everybody and everything on Facebook,
Yes.
And that's just how it was. So I think that's how that wound up.
That is true. Yeah. Also, my apologies to whoever that man is, dude. So I don't know this. about you. But I know Jeremy, I know Rex. What's the history with the WELREDS? And also, were you guys a bunch of nerds because you're well read? That's what I got the play on words was.
Jeremy was the nerd. And okay, so I grew up in Valdosta, and that was where I had that new metal band. Jeremy was there. He was the lead singer of the WELREDS. Jeremy was there for college, and he had his own band that I was like a really big fan of. And we kind of played the same circuit bar scene in Valdosta. It's a college town. It had a lot of bars and stuff. So I was a fan of his music from there. They ended up moving to Atlanta, and they were working on a record. Then the band kind of ended up just breaking up, and Jeremy decided he was going to finish like that record as a solo project. So he brought my brother and I up as session musicians and brought Torn, the drummer, there in. And so we were all just session musicians finishing the solo record for him. And then there was just kind of a synergy there, and we all enjoyed playing together. And so we started doing some shows supporting him, and it was just Jeremy Azell. And then we're like, well, it's kind of turned into a band. So we decided to kind of come up with a name. And Jeremy, he's got a like super lame sense of humor. That's real centered around puns and stuff. He loves puns and just corny jokes.
So lame.
And it's charming for a minute until like maybe after the first.
Literally 1 minute.
1 minute.
Yeah.
Maybe 1 minute. But anyways, I think he came up with the name the WELREDS with it. I think he thought it was funny that it wasn't. You're well read, but you can't even spell red right.
Yeah.
But we also Also, he and I wore a lot of red. Like I'd wear like a red track jacket. Yeah. And so that was kind of part of the joke too. And so it was Jeremy Azell and the WELREDS was the name of the band. And then as we went, it just kind of turned into a more traditional band. So we dropped the name off the front. So it was just the WELREDS. Did that for, like 9 or 10 years or something.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a long time.
Then you played with Daughtry.
Ended up being really good. Daughtry played, and you could tell like maybe they hadn't been doing much for a while, but
you could tell.
But it's new metal, so you can't really mess it up.
It's all new metal, right? Would you rather legally marry Mark McGrath or Mark McGrath does everything in his power to try and destroy your life? Okay, think about it though.
Legally, so like a civil union almost? Like we're just...
I watched a little bit of Wife Swap, okay?
Okay.
With Mark McGrath in it, that episode. And he has a nice home, right? He probably still makes royalties off of whatever songs he does. So they live pretty well.
Yeah.
They're in California. So you would just pretty much live with him, right? But you would have to say, you would literally have to give up everything that you have here, okay? Your life here, your family. Just say goodbye. I'm going to get married with Mark McGrath.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
Or you keep your life here, you still do your thing, but Mark McGrath is doing everything he can to destroy your life, whether it's blackmail or destroying property.
What is the temperament of my relationship with Mark?
Very good question.
Is it like we enjoy each other's company? Like, was it for love that we got married?
Let's say that you didn't want
he
it.
needs a green card.
Let's say that you didn't necessarily love him, but you have to get legally married. Okay.
And live with him.
But you don't have to do anything sexual.
Okay.
You don't You can
That's
just
a biggie.
live with him. Yeah. Nothing sexual, but you have to literally give up your entire life to just live with Mark McGrath and be married to him. And you have to tell people that you're married to Mark McGrath.
Okay.
Let me just paint the picture the other
Okay.
way. So he's trying to destroy your life, right? So you went to your daughter's ballerina play tonight, right?
I was going to.
Okay.
It was
Let's just say-
just like rehearsal.
Let's just say you went to her rehearsal, right? Mark
Like a good
McGrath shows
dad,
up.
yeah. Okay.
And he's like, boo! Boo! And you're like, dude, again? I can't go
Especially-
anywhere without
okay.
Mark McGrath.
Especially because her class only has 4. There's only 4 kids.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and some of the parents don't come. So it's only like a very small group of people there. So
In
it
a-
would be
in a-
really, it'd be really obvious. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So things like that, but also like maybe right now we're sitting here in your house and like the power just goes off and like he trips whatever power line you have and you're like, what the?
It's Mark again.
Yeah. And it's like all these pestering things, but also then he sends you like a letter and it's a letter of you getting out of the shower. And he's like, I'm going to release this to everybody. And everybody's going to see your junk if you don't marry me.
Oh, so he's trying to get me to marry him.
Yeah, I kind of figured that out as I was saying it, but yeah, that's a
It
part of
makes
it
sense.
now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like I just saw the worst he had to offer.
Which is what? A nude picture of you?
No. His scathing review of me a few minutes ago.
True.
And I'm a little not threatened
No.
by it, so I like my family, so I
Okay.
think I would maybe take that chance.
Okay.
I would just deal with like Mark.
I think you're right. Like I said, like the booing of
Yeah.
your daughter's ballerina recital.
Yeah, she might be a little saddened by that, but like that's why I buy ice cream. Like that makes it like
True.
I can always get her mind off of Mark
Yeah.
McGrath with ice cream.
Yeah. And she's like, why does he always why is he always
Daddy,
there
who is
when it
that
matters?
man?
Yeah. And you're like,
Well,
it's a
let me show you.
questions from Instagram. My friends. Questions from Instagram. My friend Miles Chatham. I think that's how you say his last name. He asked a good question. He said, who's your most famous person in your contacts?
Oh. My most famous person in my contacts.
Yeah.
I don't think I know anybody famous.
Really?
Not in traditional like. I mean, most of the people I keep up with are like on the not celebrity side of it, like.
Mm-hmm. But they would still be like, oh, wow.
Who? What?
I don't know what that was. So you don't know like Sean Paul, who sings Temperature? Or you don't know?
I know of.
Okay, I'm trying to think of real big celebrities here.
I mean, it's kind of making me feel like I'm insignificant because I don't know any famous people.
That's not true. And Miles, shame on you for asking that question, making Sean feel bad.
I like how you just. That's not true, but it is.
Okay.
But you're trying to make me feel better.
Dude, honestly, a lot of people asked you questions, I forgot to write them down, and I thought, I literally thought, I was like, oh, they just save in my Instagram somehow. But like, whenever the story is gone, it's gone, and you can't get back to it. So I was hitting people up, and I was like, what was your question? I remember you asked a question.
That wasn't me.
Yeah, Garrett was one of those people. I was like, I'm pretty sure you asked a question. He was like, no, I didn't. He was like, I don't have any questions.
Wait, did you ask him and he said no, and then you
And I was like, do you have a question? And he was like, no. And I was like, okay, well, thanks for nothing. All right, let's see. Oh, so Seth Rice asked, how does it feel to have a brother with a dinosaur name? And does it make you sad that you don't have a dinosaur name? Because your name is pretty boring. And your brother's name is...
I was told that my namesake was after Sean Connery, who just passed
Was it
away.
really?
Yeah.
Did you cry when Sean Connery passed?
I was very sad.
Were you really?
I mean, I said very. I was like...
Like, you were like,
oh.
Yeah.
No, but no, he was a terrific actor. So yeah, I was, and I think my name came from him, or at least that's what I've thought my whole life. So if that's not true, then
Your life is a
yeah,
lie.
whatever.
Like I said, there were many more Instagram questions, but I didn't write down any of them. So let's wrap it up. Do you got any? You have so much wisdom, Sean. So much wisdom, despite everything Mark McGrath tells you. What do you have any advice for aspiring musicians, producers, anything like that? If you don't, that's fine.
I mean, I would say quit. I would echo what Mark McGrath.
Just don't even try.
Just stop.
Yeah.
Um,
If you think that you like music and you want to get into it, don't. Just don't.
I would say, especially anybody considering a career in music, keep your mind open about what that looks like, because it's hard to, like, it's such a small percentage that are going to get that, like, dream gig that is going to pay all your bills doing exactly what you want.
Yeah.
But there is a lot of middle ground of stuff that you can do in the music industry, that you can get paid to be doing something along the lines of what you like to do, and also allow you to, alongside that, was so funny.
Dude,
I'm sorry.
I'm so sorry. Because, like, as you were saying that, I was like, my brain was like, you guys are both dressed as Mark McGrath right now.
Let me tell you how to be
Like-
successful. All right.
Like, I was playing with my cross necklace, and you were saying that, and then that's when I started giggling. And then I couldn't get it out of my head.
One day you can make it too.
Okay, but
You
were
want to
saying
sit
that-
in my chair?
you were saying that there is a middle ground, though.
Yeah, I was just saying keep an open mind to what a career in music might look like.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, I don't think I ever had like a picture of like, oh, this is where I want to be at, or even like, I don't know if I even really cared. Not that I don't care, but like, I just kind of went with it. And I mean, I'm happy with what I'm doing overall, and making a living and
Yeah.
doing something I enjoy. I
Yeah.
don't feel like I'm working hardly ever.
Yeah. But that's a good place to be, though, to provide for your family. But yeah, do what you love. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Sean, where can Where can people find you? Or what do you want to plug? I know that...
I don't want to be found.
Dude, I didn't even play your song on Instagram. Are you kidding me? I didn't even do the social media deep dive, and I didn't even play your song.
Oh, yeah. We got to do the deep dive.
That's the song that Mark McGrath listened to and said he wanted to sit in front of a moving train.
Yeah. And so do I, honestly.
Dude, let me say this real quick, because I meant to say this when we were going on to your social media deep dive, because I meant to play that during that time, but whatever, it's now. I listened to some of your Instagram stuff, too. Like, I was wanting to play some sort of song that's a cover, but you said that I would get flagged for it.
You go to jail.
I would go to jail. I wouldn't be able to play. But I listened to it and I was like, because our relationship and all we do and see each other and play with is like wedding stuff, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So we're just like goofing around doing wedding stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, Sean is actually... he's actually he's good. He's actually really, really good. Because I was looking at, yeah, I was like, what? But yeah, like you're really, really good and yourself. But then I went in a deep dive on your music, and I listened to your music, and then I listened to WELREDS music too, and I was like, oh my gosh. Sean knows what he's doing.
My favorite cover on there, one of my friends, I had posted a cover video on one of my friends. He messaged me. He was like, "Can you cover Satellite, the one by POD and the one by Dave Matthews?" I was like, "Okay," and I did.
Okay.
I put them in. I made them. Made them one song.
So you did a collab with it, or
I did. It was. It was literally like a few seconds long.
Because the thing was, I looked at that video and I saw Pod, and I was like, "Oh, cool! He did a Pod song," but I didn't know it was also Satellite by Dave Matthews.
We can play that.
Yeah, let's please.
Okay, here we go.
Yeah.
All right. So if I could just do stuff like that, I think that's where I want to be at. Yeah.
Dude, I love that. What if you could just play Sugar Ray covers for the rest of your life?
I'd do that too. Yep. Honestly, I was grooving with... So the last wedding we played together had a lot more 90s stuff in it. Like, they asked for that.
Yeah.
And, like, I was like...
I was feeling it, too.
I'm having fun.
It was fun. We did a lot of Backstreet Boys, Britney Spears.
Yep. Closing Time.
Closing Time, that was fun.
Kidding me?
That was really fun. Was there another song, too? We were supposed to do...
My Own Worst Enemy.
Yes, we were supposed to do that.
I was really hoping to get to that one.
Yeah.
I just, we kind of ran out of time.
That's a good one. All right. So, let's plug it up. Where can people find you? What's your Instagram name?
So my Instagram is my solo project, which is called Night Color. It's at Night Color Music. And I think any of my other social media is under like that same name. So,
or Sean Crawford, right?
I don't think I have anything like I have. Yeah, if they're gonna friend me on Facebook.
Dude, some people want to friend you on Facebook.
Yeah. Okay.
And then
Sean Crawford
and then you're coming out with I know you came out with model trains that
so
Martin
that song you played, I think it was from back in April this year. That will be part of a EP that I'm hoping sometime next month, but again, it just depends on how busy I am trying to wrap that stuff up. But yeah, hopefully like a 5-song EP coming soon.
Awesome, man. Mark, thank you so much for being here. It really was an honor being with you.
I know you wanted to. You always talk about me in person, and glad we can make it happen.
Me too. Mark to Mark. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Sean. We're done.